What up brothers, it's Clipper King returning for another new review tonight on the figure you see in front of you. And as you can see, it's the Damn Toys Gangsters Kingdom 5 of Spades. You can see the figure here. Just got him set up, looking at his iPhone, getting a phone call from their lass, gun in hand. I'm stood on the turntable. So let's get him rotating so you can see the figure. I'll start off by saying that I received this figure a couple of days ago direct from Hong Kong. You know I buzz about these figures, these damn toy figures, Gangsters Kingdom line. So some might say this is going to be a totally biased review. That's not the case. I score them as I see them, but obviously I have to bring my taste into, into my thoughts as well. I can't tell you something and mark a figure down if it's not what I really think. I score them as I see them, like I've said before. I understand they're not for everybody, but I also find that a lot of people will see me review these and then started strongly defending Hot Toys. I'm not attacking Hot Toys, boys. Most of you know my collection. I've got probably Hot Toys' best 30 figures in here, so it's not like I'm against Hot Toys. It's just a case that I also like these. I'll show you at the start. I have got the full lineup. Just breeze past them. The original J, the Memories J, Saxon in different clothing, Diamond 2 and 3, the figure I created myself from the DevGru Red Team, 2 of Spades, 3 of Spades, the 4 of Spades, and also the exclusive J, but I've just took him out because I've been using his stand. So yeah, I've got the full lineup and I'm glad to have them. This is another really strong addition. I liked the prototype shots, although I will say I thought, is it going to fit in? It's a little bit too military. It's probably the most military one since the 3 of Spades. But I don't know, when I got it, I took it out of the box, I thought, fucking hell, it's awesome in every way. And obviously that will be represented when you get the scores. I have put on Facebook that you can guess the scores if you like. And then at the end, I will call out everybody who got the score right. Most of you will be round about it because you know how much I buzz about these figures, so it won't be too hard to guess the score. So let's crack on to the review. Right, rolling on to source material, and let me tell you what I know about him. Basically, his name is Baron and his rank is the 5 of Spades. He is the boyfriend of the 6 of Spades, who is the Jack of Spades' younger sister, and he is ex-British SAS. While on a mission, he'd got his target in his sights, so an high-ranking member of Al-Qaeda, and at the moment he was about to fire, in an American sniper moment, the target picked up a child and used it as a human shield. So Baron had to decide, do I shoot through it or do I pass my target by? And I think where the comic sort of leaves it a little bit open-ended, I assume he fired through. Retiring, he goes to work for money, an hired hand, and then later gets his ranking and becomes, like I said, the 5 of Spades. That is what I know about him. Now, the backstory from the comic and from the box tells you basically that he's keeping cover while the 6 and 7 of Spades are on a sort of an hostage deal with the Diamond Gang. They're basically trying to recover the 3 and 4 of Spades, but at this point there's a strong clue that they're already both dead. But like I say, again, it's quite open-ended. You can read it in a lot of different ways. It's sort of read between the lines. That is basically the backstory of the figure. It fits into the group really well. I'm just going up and down the pose because I think I fucking hit one right on hammer here. Looking beautiful. So yeah, that is the backstory as I know it. I could have read into that wrong, but to be honest, I just like the way it fits in, the story's tying in, I've said before, and I always score them really high on source material, and some people will say there is no source material, it's basically an ongoing saga that you don't know. And I think, but I like that about it because the strongest tool is the mind, and in my mind I play it out, and what then it makes me think, well, I hope the next figure is this person, and I hope the next figure is that. I also like the advertising that Damn Toys do, because they've already showed us the 6 of Spades, which is basically a copy of a Keira Knightley, which obviously is his girlfriend, and also they've showed us the 7 of Spades, which is Clive Owen. Now they're the two characters that he's covering for in this scene, so it makes you think, right, I've definitely got to get 6, and then you think, right, I've definitely got to get 7, and just before they release the 6, they'll probably show us either 8 of spades, or they'll show us the 4 diamonds, or another gang. So every time you get one, in your mind you think, oh, I might finish off here. You think, I can't, because now they've started telling me a story about this next character, and I want to get them. So that is the source material. I really like it, and a lot of people are twigging onto it now, and I like to take a little bit of credit for introducing people, but also I know people were into it before I were. Hot Toys loyalists, I know, must be sick of hearing me say this, and they'll think he's overscoring it, but I think until you get the bug and you start collecting them, you're not really going to know why I score them so high on source material. But I've always said I score them as I see them, and although there's no hardcore source material as such, only what they're sort of drip feeding us, I really love that. So I am going to score the source material a 5 out of 5. Just look at that fucking pose from every angle. Look at him. He's looking mean. I've got his head tilted forward so you barely see his eyes. He's got his fur hood up. He's got his poncho blowing in breeze. Just imagine a rainy scene there. He's just taking his position in a forest or in some kind of barn. He's got a little bit of Batman going on with cape flying around him, but he's also got his sniper rifle ready. Very military, but fucking very, very awesome. That is beautiful. Rolling on to packaging, and yet another category where I'm going to tell you the same as I nearly always say in these reviews. The box is uniform to all the others, although different artwork, but everything is where you expect it to be. So starting at the top, we see the figure's head sculpt in profile. You see it is the Spade because of the shape here, and 5 in the ear. You see the number 5. You can tell that's the Jude Law character in profile. Moving down, the V, the Roman numeral for 5 obviously, and again, Gangsters Kingdom, we all go to L, see you in L, and Damn Toys. Again, really nice use of the artwork in the back, which represents either the forest or the leaves or the whatever he would use for camouflage, which fits the theme of the character inside. So really good. But on top, obviously, they use the chrome style fonts or graphics, and it does catch the light from the camera really nice. Moving on to the side, again, uniform to all the others. So if you were to line them all up together, you would have a complete collection. And there's Spade 5, another shot. The tattoo that features on his right hand, which says that every sniper has a little bit of devil and a little bit of angel in them. Basically the backstory. And then if we look on the back of the box, you see again, it's hard to see this actually because as I move around I'm seeing reflection. But it's basically him holding his rifle. Obviously his rifle's there. That's the face. You see it catches the light, his hood. And then he stood there. Moving down, it blends again into the tattoo that's on his right hand. Moving down to your titles and your choke hazard warning. One really cool thing about the box, what I've told you before, it is magnetised on both sides, so it will pop off and give you this backdrop, which is a nice touch of the forest scenery. If you had the detour and you wanted one character per shelf, you could put that in the background and it would look really nice. Sometimes wish that Hot Toys would take a leaf out in his book with this, because some people are paying for printed backdrops, but Damn Toys are giving them us for free. Moving on to another thing that's one of my favourite things about the packaging is the inlay slip. So we start off again at the top, Gangsters Kingdom. You see everyone comes with a playing card, apart from Saxon, who is a side story figure, so he doesn't have a playing card rank. You see Bryant is a 5 of spades. Picture of the character. Again, this is where you see the character, and then you can work out if the sculpt, the 3D likeness represents the picture on the card, and they nearly always do. And then moving down, I'll go down slowly so you can read if you like. Basically his backstory, what I've spoke about in the source material. So read that if you want to read it. And then finally, as far as packaging is concerned, I will say that there is 2 layers of foam inside, which houses the figure on the top layer and the accessories underneath. But on top of all that, you also get a plastic wrapped comic book. So again, the theme of the character. And I will say, this time, as we have a flick through, where normally it's sort of no words, it's all pictured, so you've got to suss out what's going on. This one, it is There is a story through it. I have read it, and basically it tells you the same story as you get on the inlay slip of the box. Really nice. I'm glad they include these because again, it feeds your craving for information. But what I will say is, when you read it, please don't forget that they are wrote by Chinese writers. So sometimes the grammar is not how we would say it, so to speak. The phrasing's slightly off, but obviously you can figure out what he's trying to tell you. And so it does create quite a nice story. Just flicking through. Basically, he's having a flashback. This is when he's in SAS. He's got his target. Again, this is his target here. He's in the window, as we can see. And you see him here, present day, thinking back. Kids playing outside. This nasty terrorist man. You better pick this kid up, he is. Look, he's not playing games now. Got him locked on. Human shield. Oh, you bad man. So that's what's going on there. What do I do? Do I shoot or do I let him go? Click. Click, click, boom, I'm thinking. Click, click, boom. He's trying to drink his sorrow away. He's sad. He must have pulled trigger. He's got to have signs of sorrow. And who's this cheeky monkey here with hat on? I'm thinking it's that lad. I'm thinking it's old Ger there. I'm thinking it's Jack of Spades. Come and work for my daddy's gang. I think that's what he's saying to him. And I say, yeah, back to present day, looking out over these barns. The foot here, who's this? I'm thinking this is Six of Spades turning up. Received a box and it's got 3 of Spades hand in it. Oof. 2 of diamonds there. She's here, look. She's here, that's 6 of Spades, that. In the long black flowing coat. That's where that story cuts off. And then again, the picture that features on the back of the box. Again, really, really nice. Glad they include it. Again, it's something that Hot Toys and the other competition don't give us. I'm glad that Damn Toys do, because again, it builds the story. But I'm going to give the packaging an easy, again, 5 out of 5. Moving on to facial likeness. And I'll start off by saying when this figure was first shown in the prototype shots, everybody always starts sort of second guessing who the character is set on. I heard shouts of Jude Law. I heard shouts of Hugo Weaving, and I even heard 1 or 2 of Ben Affleck. I will say, I thought Jude Law from the start, and I've got to say, the more I see it, particularly in hand, it is definitely Jude Law. I don't even think it's questioned now. I think everybody pretty much accepts it, which, again, from this company is an inspired choice, because you think of the characteristics of the figure, the sniper background, it's sort of, in your mind, you're thinking Enemy at the Gate, where Jude Law plays a sniper. And I think they've just picked really well. And I'm thinking back to the Juarez character, the Diamond 3, Mexican-style knife thrower you're going to go for, Danny Trejo. It's pretty obvious. So they always sort of pick the right head sculpt for the character that the figure represents, or the skill sets he's got, or his backstory. And again, I think they've done it really well. But to talk about the sculpt, as you can see, again, it's well in theme. It's cartoonish, or a caricature of Jude Law, even taking into account the dimple on the chin, the receding hairline with a sort of tufted hair at the front. Again, deep set eyes, sort of caveman style eyebrows. But again, like I always say, the sculpt is crude or characteristic looking or caricaturish, whatever you want to say. But it never comes across as cheap. It's done that way for a reason, and the paintwork is always subtle and brings out the sculpt really well. That is the case again. This is quite a plain sculpt, I will say. The only sort of colour variation is through the hair. There's not much of a 5 o'clock shadow. The eyes, again, really, really clean. It's hard to show the eyes on these because they're so deep set, but you can see they're really well glossy eyes. They do take the light from the camera. Really well painted, and I really like them. Like I said, the fact that they are all in character, I don't know, just keeps the theme going and keeps me really interested. And I think part of the the attraction is when they do show the shots of the next one or the one after that coming, straight away it's, oh, that one's Jason Statham, that one's Ed Harris, that one's Vinnie Jones, whatever. And like I said, some people might not particularly, I don't particularly like Jude Law, to be honest. I'd take him or leave him, but I think because the character does fit either the films that the actor's been in or so on and so forth, I just think they always nail it on the head. So, yeah, really like it. Again, I always get the hardcore Hot Toys fans saying, well, how can you score the likeness so high because there is no likeness? But I say, well, as much as you can say it's not accurate, I can say, well, it's as accurate as it's supposed to be. And I think the 3D version, compared to the card that comes inside or the artwork on the box, I think they capture it really well, and that is what I really like about them. So in the likeness, I am going to score it again a 5 out of 5. Right, onto his outfit, and this is so easy to score. I pretty much gave this away when I unboxed it. The more I spend time with it, the more I know, right, my first thoughts were just fucking blown away. I'll be honest, when I first saw it and felt it, I was blown away. But I'm going to tell you why that is. First off, although you have seen it posed with a poncho on, you can see now it is off. I'm going to talk about this first. First, I want to talk about the material, and I want to say, we're all pretty much Hot Toys collectors here, and I love Hot Toys as much as anybody. But Hot Toys, today, I still don't think they've ever got a cape right. The material's wrong, they never wire them when they need to be wired, they're never to scale, and they just basically piss us all off to a point where it's made Tony May a living at recreating capes. That's how poor Hot Toys are at capes. This poncho is a fucking touch of class. The material is bang right. Look how it catches light. It's got like a crocodile skin effect to it. Can you see? Yeah, it's got the camouflage running through it. It doesn't just hang on him. It will bend, as you can see, and it will hold. So you put it through his arms and it will clamp on, which is really good. That goes all the way up around that edge, up that edge, around the front, and even through the hood, as you can see. Really, really good use of wire, because when it's on him, it just fits so well. It's also got a zip, so you put it over his head, you can pull this hood up, and then pull that hood over it, and then close it round so it fits flush, so it looks like the fur's coming out the front of this, which is really good. Like I say, it will grip onto him, you can have it blowing in the breeze, you can do everything with it. So the poncho alone is just genius, a top edition for a sniper figure, and I do have massive love for it and respect for it. Again, it is a working zip, so you can put it as tight around his neck as you want. Really nice touch. Moving on, another stroke of genius, this Parker. Unreal. It is as good as if you went in and you bought an £150 Parker from a sporting goods shop. It's that good, and I'm not bullshitting when I say it. The only downside, what some would say, is the patches on it. They're embroidered patches, if I show you, but they are just glued on to the material. So some might come off, mine don't even look like peeling off, so I think if it did, it'd just be a touch of glue, put them back on. So all the patches are glued, like I say. See, it does have a working zip down there, and then it also has these small elastic bands which will button too, but because I'll be taking the coat on and off, I haven't buttoned them too. So yeah, really good use of faux leather again, cuffed at the bottom. Show you another thing before we talk about the hood, which is a right touch. Down this sleeve, he has two, I can't remember what left hand, I don't think. The pens will push out of there basically, so you do get these two little slots and the red and blue pen. Oh, hold on, there. So yeah, they fit in nicely. Again, really nice. I suppose if he's a sniper, he'd be writing down coordinates or target information or whatever. I will show as well the button on the pocket. See, it has that little bit of crocodile skin style over there. Same on the elbows on both sides, which looks really good. Same up the center panel of the hood, and then the adjustable strap on top of the hood, which again, really nice, really accurate, really to scale. Cut and stitch is unbelievable. Just love everything about it. I will say these zips here and here are just fake zips. But what I do want to point out, do you know when Hot Toys gears like the Arnold, the Terminator coat, and then they just they make a loop tie and put that bit of leather through? These, look how toggle works on that. So it's a proper zip to scale, and then the lace, and then that, so if it were pulling it down, you'd grab that and pull the zip down. Same on the arm, same on the other side, and then even this inside, look at that, a scale toggle, so it's got a drawstring bottom. Can you believe that? Here, a proper clasp, it's not tied. It does work really nicely. The faux fur, again, really good for a Parker style jacket, very authentic, just looks really, really nice. Do love it, totally. We'll just talk about the gloves. They are sculpted glove, but really well done, even down to the tag there, the Velcro strap across there, mixture of the grey and the black and the red, really clean painted, and do hold the weapons really well. A little bit on hard side, so be careful putting your weapons into his hands, and particularly the foregrip on the rifle, because that fits quite tight, but the gloves are really, really nice. So I'll talk about some more fiddlier bits. Let's have a look at his headwear. Tell you what I'm going to do. Pull that down and pull that back. Just trap his hood back. See, he wears a Jack Wolfskin beanie, so somebody's been paying for the license, which is a nice touch, and it holds, if I pull that off, you'll see that it holds his headset, Bluetooth headset into his ears. You have to sort of put them into his ears, the little white sections, and then trap it in place with the beanie hat. So again, really nice touch. The detail on it is really good. If you'll pick that up, see there? And that is also wire, so you can sort of pose the wire between my fingers as well. So yeah, got the Oakley shades on. Again, fit the character really well. Do look really nice on him. So what I'll do is I'll take the coat off, show you the jumper underneath, because they didn't skimp and scrape on that either. So I've took the coat off, but before I move away from that, just a couple of other things to point out. You see the coat is totally lined. Working pocket on that side. Working pocket there, which will fit his iPhone 4. Labelled. Tells you the character that it belongs to. And even on the inside of the hood is a totally different material that we don't see anywhere else on the coat. And it is a really, really soft suede or moleskin feel. The coat is unreal. If the coat came and nothing else, if it was just coat and a pair of jeans, I would still be tempted to give the outfit a 5 out of 5. That is how good the coat is. But you're thinking, right, most people wear coat that good, underneath they'll just put a t-shirt. Do they fuck? They've put this ribbed t-shirt on with a zip up front. I'll show you. And it has, again, the green faux leather piped with like a lighter green, as you can see. Working zip. Turn it round. Again, that goes across the shoulder, around the collar, patchwork on the arms. Bear in mind, most people will never see this other than in this review, yet they've still done it, and you think, fucking hell. So when I say tailoring's an easy 5 out of 5, some people say it can't be as good as Hot Toys, they don't cost half as much. I'm telling you now, they're as good, if not better than Hot Toys, and that's fact. It's a little leather slip here, which would be the brand label, I would think, and then moving down, we get these sort of black and red cargo camouflage trousers with a pocket on the side. Just move his arm. There's a pocket on the side. Again, all the fittings and everything. Moving down to his sort of wheat and black caterpillar style boots. Got a very, very mountain rescue look about him. Will set tread on bottom of that is accurate as well, because I did used to have some caterpillar boots. They were black mine, but the tread were identical to what's on the bottom of these. So, really well done. There's no part of the outfit that isn't quality. There is use of brands that I think are accurate, and I'm thinking of The Jack Wolfskin hat, the Oakley glasses, the Parker looks really good. The gloves, very military but very nice looking. I don't know what more I can tell. Oh, I know what I can tell you. The belt even comes with a proper faux leather belt with a real metal buckle as well. Another thing I will point out is, if you're not going to see his jumper, very little chance you're going to see his arm, but his arm is tattooed and it says, "A soldier has to execute a command without question." And on this arm, oops, it's hard to get this, excuse me. Every sinner has a future on that arm. So things you're never going to see, but they are there. The outfit, very, very easy. 5 out of 5. Could have easily been a fucking 8 out of 5 if that had been possible. That's how easy it were. Going on to articulation, and as you can see, and anybody who watched the Memories version of Jay video, I put him in a similar pose to this because he also has a sniper type rifle. I wanted to do that because you're using all the major joints in the body to get him looking like that. So as you can see, he's got one knee down supporting his weight, and then the front foot planted. I will start turning in a minute. You see I have got his poncho on, I have got his overcoat on, and obviously he's still got his jumper on underneath. And I wanted to pose him with all the layers on just to prove that even though he's an heavy layered figure, it doesn't hinder the articulation. Just in a couple of places, but I'll make those clear shortly. So that's the pose I went for. I think if we get him, rotate him, give you a chance to see it from every angle. As you can see, he has got the poncho draped around him, which works really nicely because the wire goes all the way through the hood, all the way down the sides, and it will wrap and nip around his sleeves, as you can see, also around his front leg, as you can see. So it does totally sort of morph to his body and does look a touch of class. Doesn't hinder the articulation at all, and it's not always laying in a fake position where you don't want it to be. But like I said, onto the articulation. I'm not going to do a full articulation display because the damn toy's body is stock, so they all come sporting it. So the joints are all the same. If you've got one Gangsters figure, you've got this figure also body wise. So just to talk through it, the head is an head and neck combination with a ball joint bottom. It fits into a ball socket obviously in his shoulders. He does have the ratchet effect, lift and drop on his shoulders. They will move forward, back, out to the side really well. Double bend elbows. The hands swap on and off really nicely because each hand comes wearing its own wrist peg, and it is a really long wrist peg, sorry. Going down, ab crunch, rotation through the waist, a good swing in and out on his legs, upper legs rotation, double bend knee, and then a ball joint in the ankle. I will say as well on this one, because the boots don't go too far up his leg, he does stand really easily without a stand, and there is some rock and swivel through his boots. So like I said there, he's not supported by anything other than his own frame, so to speak. There's no stand underneath there supporting him. I will say I do like that pose because it's been able to dip his neck down low enough so he can put his right eye to the lens of the sniper rifle. The bend in his right arm is tight enough and it will still articulate through his wrist so he can hold his rifle accurately. The supporting hand or the cradling hand on his left hand still looks really accurate, although you don't see the bend in the elbow because of the poncho. And then like I said, down in his body, his weight supported sort of by his back foot turned outwards, and then his front foot, you'll see as it comes round, he's just planted, and like I say, it will sit really flush to the floor. I'm thinking something like the 3 of diamonds, because he wore cowboy boots, is quite hard to stand without a stand, so to speak, because of the shape of the boot. It doesn't support him very well. This one doesn't have that problem at all. Really, really good. I will tell you that the articulation, I am giving it a 4 out of 5 because the only slight hindrance is on the neck, the fact it only articulates at the bottom, like I've said before on these, and I suppose there's not much pivot in the ankle because of the boot goes up, sort of 6-inch caterpillar style boot. And I thought if I don't if I don't mark it down, then it wouldn't be fair, because it isn't as perfect as a true type. Something like the Bruce Lee that wears like a slippered foot, then it wouldn't be as good as that. So I would have to give the articulation a 4 out of 5 to keep it fair. But I've got to say, there isn't a pose I've tried that it doesn't look natural and doesn't support itself really well. So it is a really, really good figure. I will also tell you at this point that this is actually the first scene that I've shot. So I've posted these pictures on Facebook and asked people if they'd like to have a guess of the total score of this figure. So I don't want you to watch the review and think, well, he only posted on Facebook so far into filming. This is actually the first thing that I've filmed. So you are getting about an hour and a half, which is what it will take me to film this review, to get your guesses in. And then in the last scene of this review, you will see the scores. The person who gets the score right or closest will get a mention. So I just wanted to make that clear as well. But like I said, the articulation, he's got a 4 out of 5. Rolling on to extras and value. I'm going to start talking about these two categories together, although they will both get separate scores. I just think that sort of the extras that he brings does have a key part in whether it's good value or not. Before we roll on, let me show you the pose. You can see he's supporting his pistol arm with his left arm, going upright, kind of like he's at the firing range, just popping a few shots off, getting his shit sharp. So yeah, quite nice. So what does he bring? Obviously brings the Oakley shades, spoke about in the outfit section. He brings the sidearm with the extended mag. Again, it is sort of the pistol we've had before, although it is a new colour scheme and does look quite nice. In the background you see the plastic covered comic book, which is a really nice addition. I do like it. We'll move across and show you obviously his jacket, which I buzzed about, his poncho, which is an inspired edition. Moving across, we see his rifle bag. I will say as well, all the pockets work, the zips, it is weathered as you can see. So it's sort of black with a white scuffing on it, as we see around the bottom edges, underneath there. Inside it, it is sort of padded out, and it does have like a plastic cradle inside, so when the gun's inside, it will lay in. See, the zips all work, these all work, these fastenings. You can put the handles together and wrap it in there. See down this side, it does have the Spade badge. Like I say, all them work. So if you wanted to put his silencer in, or a cartridge or whatever, or his gun inside one, or his phone inside the other, it would do that. These all come with a good bag most of the time. Different styles, but really good. Then you get two straps on the side. When the poncho's rolled up, that's what holds that in place. Again, really nice addition, and it is absolutely huge. But then again, it would need to be to store the sniper rifle. As you can see, it has got the camo spray on it, so again it does fit the theme of the figure. The large scope on the top, see it's got the wind on buttons. Moving down, the extended silencer or suppressor, the pop-out tripod, which is a really nice touch as well. Magazine clip, as you can see, the bullets in the top, and I will show you on the magazine clip where it slots in. It is still metallic around the top, but then there where it had sprayed it with the camo spray, bullets inside. Nice touch. The lens has a front and rear cover. As you can see, it is rubberized. You think you'd just stick a piece of rubber on. No, it's all marked up. So you can see precision optics. Even on the smaller one, that's the same. Moving forward, we have the 3 gloved hands. So the right trigger hand, the left cradling hand, and the left foregrip hand. I will say his ungloved hands, it does have a right trigger hand, you see with the tattoos on, and then a clear left hand, and that will also hold the foregrip on the rifle. So again, really good stuff. Moving across, he does have a red and blue pen, which I showed you goes on the left arm of the coat. Nice addition. The headpiece, which I showed before, is detailed. Does fit in really nice. Like I say, it's good to trap it in place with the hat. He has the iPhone 4, I would say. You see he's getting a call from Sugar. I'm assuming that that is the 6 of spades, and he's got to choose whether to answer or decline. And I will even say it has got the 5 of spades protective cover on it, and even see where his camera lens would be there. Look at detail on that babby, beautiful. The Jack Wolfskin hat, which is nice and fits the figure really well. So yeah, a good selection of extras, I think. Only things missing, the stands. I've said before, mine are on the generic Hot Toy stands, and then I've got to get the decals done by Joe Turner. I don't mind having the decals done. I just wish Damn Toys now I'd start throwing in a blank stand, just a blank plastic generic stand, an Hot Toy stand, simply because if they included it, I won't have to buy it, or I won't have to rummage around to pick one up. I don't mind putting the decals on, like I said. If they came with the decals on, that'd be better still. And anything else I can think of missing, I think his outfit is more than enough. I think his guns are more than enough. His bag is awesome. Maybe another head sculpt, but they don't really bring 2 head sculpts, so I didn't expect one. But I don't know, I think it's a good selection of extras. Not perfect, obviously, because of the lack of the stand, so I'm going to give the extras a 4 out of 5. Rolling straight on to value, the price of this was £110, shipped from Hong Kong. If you wanted to wait a little bit longer, you can pick that up in the UK for about £100 shipped, maybe a little bit less, from 16 Bros. That is coming in nowadays at around about half the price of an Hot Toys figure shipped. So is it half as good? No, they're better than that. To be honest, they're on a par with a lot of the Hot Toys figures I've seen recently, and I do prefer these to a lot of the Hot Toys I've seen recently. And I'm talking about some of the Iron Man variants and some of the stuff I bought to review and move on. I would sooner have this than them, which is obvious because I'm going to keep this. I didn't keep them. £110 shipped from Hong Kong, I think the value's a no-brainer. I'm thinking other figures out there at that price, and let's talk even the Tyrion Lannister. That were a gift from Wyman, and as much as I appreciate it, for 2 figures in the same price range, I would take the Spade 5 or any of the Gangsters Kingdom figure over the Tyrion Lannister, although I do appreciate that obviously being a gift from Wyman. But that's just, I'm trying to make a point that if you're thinking about the other figures that are out there in this price range, I would say go for these. But on flip side to that, I will say this. Some people say I'm sort of pushing these figures down people's throats, or I'm forcing people into being interested in them, and so on and so forth. I'll say this and I'll make it clear, I don't give 2 fucks who buys these figures. The less people that buy them, the better for me, because it'll keep the price low and I won't have to chase variants and exclusives. So if nobody buys them, that would be better for me. So when people say you're trying to force people into, I think, fucking shut up, you silly bastard. But anyway, so the value, like I said, easy 5 out of 5. That gives this figure a total of 33 out of a possible 35, which is awesome any way you slice it. But let's go to my iPhone and see who guessed it. Let's see who Clever Bastards is round here. So, let's have a look. Clippers game for today. I'm just about to start filming the Damn Toys Spade 5 review. If you can guess his total score, you'll get a mention at the end of the review. So here we are at end of review. They're the pictures I put on. Let's have a look. 28, 31, 32, 32. Dylan Delmo, look at that lad, he's got it bang on. Dylan Delmo, beautiful, good guess pal, good guess, smart arse. Get Aaron Holder, it's as if he knew, even fucking put a cheeky little wink on end look. This is 33 out of 35, he's not asking either, he's fucking telling. Fucking, it's not even a debate. I don't think David's got right fucking idea. 55 out of 35. Well done. Close, boys. You're all close. You're smart. Clippers fans, it's smartest on fucking it. Get it up. Paul Murphy. Get him. Fucking Paul Murphy. Dirty bastard Derby badge. Ooh. Got score rate though. Got a 33er. Got a 33er. Look at these lads. They're a bit too far off. They're a bit too far off. I can't give them name recognition. 42 are perfect. 28. That's too low, that, my friend. It's too low indeed. What's happening here with Mr. fucking iPhone? David Haig knows his stuff. Look, 33, no rhyme or reason. He's just banged it on. He's fucking sure. Let's have a look. Any more for any more? Close, boys, you're close. Close, but no cigar. Bruce Hodge. How many guesses Bruce Hodge having? Look. Cheating bastard. He's fucking guessed there. In fact, I take back mentioning Bruce Hodge's name. He's cheated. He's clearly cheated. Though he's put a wink smiley. You cheating bastard, you. So he's not having a mention. Forget I mentioned Bruce Hodge's name. I'll not say Bruce Hodge no more times because he's a fucking cheat. Anybody else? Fucking Mark Castillo. Or Castillo. Uncle Rickster and all. Put a cheeky little Uncle Rickster on end. Bless him. Bless it. Look at these lads. They love it. Good George Stephen Bell. Boom. I'd say 33 out of 35. You'd be right to say that, George Stephen Bell. You smart motherfucker. John Connor? Fucking John Connor. Father at fucking Future, that lad. Leader at Resistance. He pops up on Uncle Clipper's reviews from time to time and guesses 33. Can't be asked to write no else. But that's it. So all them who's been mentioned. Well done, boys. 48 guesses and about 5 or 6 of you got it right. So thanks for joining me little game. It's the end of another review. For now, I'm out of here.